Me and Sosa in the whip, got two bitches in the back. Red and blue lights flashing, but we not looking back. These Tesla feel like a spaceship, this bitch going way too.
Yo, it's sweet. Bend your knees, read the sign, I'm sliding in from behind. So I listened to Colony House 77, part 1. And I'm not gonna lie, my first listen, it felt like I was in a convertible in like the 60s and everything just played in like slow motion. Honestly, since there's a little bit of songs, I didn't really hate any of them. And I think on first listen, it was actually a really good album. And I fuck with it. Sonically, I would give it a good 7.6 out of 10. And from reading my notes right here that I have, 77 was the best song by far out of all of them. And the rest of the songs were kind of like on the same level. Like they weren't ass, like I said, none of the songs on here are ass, okay? It's just that I had to warm up to it because I've never heard of these people before. I've never heard of this band. So this was my first time listening to them. And it was pretty solid. Now, my second listen. We're gonna get into my top 3 songs that I put. The first song on my list is... And this song didn't falter off of my list, I'm not gonna lie. I fucked with it the first listen. The second listen, I fucked with it even more. And it had to go on the perma playlist, the TTB playlist, right? If you want me to make a TTB playlist where I put all the songs that I fuck with, like maybe a Spotify playlist or something like that, I could do that and then share like a link so everybody can listen to it. Let me know if you want that. One guy that's probably watching, maybe 2, right? But yeah, with lines like, I'd rather bite through my tongue because I don't want to add to the damage, was a clever way of just basically saying that he's biting his tongue because he doesn't want to say anything that'll hurt her or him. This track is basically the final conclusion of the relationship and him battling with if he should tell this person how he feels. Like when he says the lyrics, but if I don't speak, would you think I don't care? Right? It's a nice final track. You know how I feel about the final track and the first track. Those are the 2 most important tracks to an album, in my personal opinion. And that hit song that's in the album, like with Birds of a Feather from Billie Eilish, right? That title track being like the big pop hit song. It was like placed perfectly. It was right in the middle of the album, right? So those are like the most important songs. The middle song, the first song, and the last song. Those 3 are very important and you can't like falter on those songs. And this was a 10 out of 10 final track. Good job. Next song in my top 3 is... So let me help you understand how I record these videos. First, I listen to the song from like a background music type of perspective. I play a game, I'm washing the dishes, I'm fucking running on a treadmill, something like that, right? Where I'm not like too focused on it and I'm picking up on certain things that just catch my ear immediately, right? So more background music. That's important because most of the time when music is being consumed, it's being consumed in more of a background music perspective, not really a deep listening to every word perspective, unless your mood aligns with that, right? Like if it's a sad song, happy song, right? And you want to be in the moment. The second listen, I listen to it on my studio monitors and I read the lyrics. What I will say, when I listen to this album in the background, a lot of these songs didn't catch my ear, but High Wire caught my ear more on the second listen with the production, which we're not going to get too much into production because I know a lot of people don't understand that, especially like engineering and stuff like that, like mixing, mastering, and those kind of decisions, right? And hearing that, not a lot of people are ear trained and a lot of people just listen to music because it sounds good to their brain. I get that. But with lines like, I've been walking the wire over a fire, a little off balance, faking a smile. This line is basically saying that he's treading on the line and he's trying to pretend to be something that he's not. And he's basically losing balance, basically losing the ability to hold up this mask that he's been putting on and essentially being nice, right? For the dumbasses in the back that don't understand what treading the line means, it means to behave in a very careful and cautious way, often to maintain a difficult balance between 2 opposing demands, viewpoints, or courses of action. And then the title of the track further states that, right? because high wire, basically the definition is a high tightrope requiring great skill or judgment, right? That's what high wire means. So it also further backs what I just said, which is he's trying to maintain something that he can't, and it's very difficult, right? And when you're high up in the air, right? A high wire, you're high up in the air. That's very dangerous, and you don't want to fall off of this line, which is basically saying that he's worked up this situation enough to where the stakes are too high, and if he falls off, it's gonna destroy everything, right? Something like that. I'm low-key speaking out of my ass, but that's how I feel about it. Now, let's get into this final track, which is... It's basically a love song, and he's saying essentially, I want to spend time with you, and it doesn't matter how long the time is, especially with the lines, hell, I could watch the paint dry if you're lying by my side. He really loved that bitch. Girl, I'm sorry for the profanity, but he really loved her, right? And then right after that, he gives a line of acceptance. So he's saying, I don't care if you're perfect or if you're imperfect. I still want to be with you. No shirt, t-shirt, wear a dress, fix your hair, leave it a mess, right? Saying I love you, right? Essentially. Or a line where he says, don't or do your makeup, girl. You couldn't waste my time. He doesn't care what she does. He's infatuated with this woman. He loves her. Overall, I give the album an 8. So it gets plus 0.4 points off of the lyrics, in my personal opinion. I still feel like it's a solid album. I'm probably only going to listen to 1 out of 7 of the songs forever, which is 77. But hey, that's a good thing. When you're an artist, if you can at least make a song that everybody or somebody saves to their playlist and they always listen to, you did your job, right? You're fulfilling a need that they think that they needed, or some shit like that. Anyways, it's Suisu. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you watch all the other videos that's coming out this week, okay? This one might be the 3rd one. This one might be the 4th one. I'm gonna be honest, I just upload these at random. I upload whatever I finish first. But yeah, I'm fucking out of here. See ya.